Hi gamers, Coach Avery here to help you with different types of crowd control and what they can do and how you can counter them. By the end of this workout, you'll be able to use these tips to help you win that nail-biter game. Imagine how your teammates feel when you can't hit the enemy ADC with any CC because they have many options to counter them. With these tips, you'll get so many compliments on your godlike game mechanics and work around landing those game-winning crowd controls. Crowd control, or mostly known as CC, is the term used in League of Legends to describe abilities or spells that remove or diminish the control of a target unit from casting spells, attacking, or entering movement commands. Crowd control can take many forms. Each can be unique and have its own resistances as well. They can also be mitigated or cleansed. So what are crowd control effects? Crowd control can disable movement, attack commands, ability casting, item activating, and summoner spells as well. There's also different types of crowd control, such as airborne, blind, stun, charm, taunt, slow, root, and suppression, and that's not even all of them. Pick any CC champion and check out the crowd controls in their kit for about 10 minutes to figure out exactly what each ability can do. Countering crowd control can be a lifesaver when the enemy team is filled with champions that can lock down targets. The various different ways are immunity, slow immunity, spell shields, and the main one that'll help you all around is tenacity. Immunity will completely negate any attempt at applying any form of CC to the unit, while slow immunity prevents the application of slows specifically. Spell shields can be helpful in some scenarios, but having multiple abilities used against a certain target can break the shield completely. Tenacity reduces the duration of crowd control effects by a percentage value. It can be stacked multiplicatively or additively, depending on the source. Try playing a champion in the practice tool versus a Leona bot or a champion that has a lot of CC, and use one of these counters against CC to mitigate and lower the crowd control duration at least 5 times successfully. Did you know that it's actually possible to increase the duration of your crowd control effects? It's possible for a unit to become less immune to CC, increasing the duration. This can be the item Anathema's Chains, in which it reduces the Nemesis's tenacity by 20% while at maximum stacks, or there's also the champion Ornn that can apply the Brittle status effect that temporarily reduces the affected unit's tenacity by 30%. In a custom game, try playing any champion with heavy CC like Morgana's Binding. Try building the item and see how long your binding can last against your friend that has tenacity built up on themselves. Or build it yourself and compare the differences before and after building the best items to counter the Morgana bot 5 times in the practice tool. Now that we've figured out what crowd control is again, we can figure out how to counter it and how to play around it as well. We talked about how some champions can completely negate any form of CC, and how tenacity can help us from not standing still from multiple routes. Now we can hop into a custom game with some friends or bots and have one team have very CC heavy champions such as Alistar, Leona, and then choose a champion with abilities or build items to counter them. Successfully mitigate crowd control effects 20 times during the match. I hope everyone today learned something about how crowd control effects can affect your abilities and movements while playing League of Legends and how to counter them. Taking the time to learn more champions that have these kind of crowd controls and use this knowledge to help you differentiate between them can be the difference between winning and losing a game. Try building items to make these Morgana bindings not last for 3 years. Again, my name is Coach Avery. Have an amazing day and I'll catch you on the Rift.